What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I want to talk about don't just be engineer, aka DJBE. I just made up this acronym. Don't just be engineer, but always challenge yourself to do something new outside of your engineering professional career. I have been a software engineer for past 4 or 5 years now. I'm a newly certified AWS DevOps professional engineer. I have experience in cloud DevOps software development as well in Java, Python, Bash, C#, C++. And I had a talk, just a conversation with another software developer / software engineer about how we should be going outside of our comfort zone to try something new that scares us. So stuff that I wanted to talk about, stuff like maybe traveling, which is kind of cliche. These days, everybody kind of travels, but not so much. Maybe because I travel a lot, maybe because that's the reason why I meet a lot of fellow travelers. But if you look at all the people, then maybe not necessarily many people are actually traveling, other than just going back to their hometown or home country. Other stuff that we can talk about is meeting new people, learn to play new music or dance if you haven't played music before, or you haven't learned any dancing like Latin dance or salsa, or could be any other kind of dancing. Could be hip hop, right? Or maybe start learning how to play sports. Maybe it could be frisbee if it's easy one. That's pretty common in West Coast, San Fran, the Bay Area. It's called ultimate frisbee. But it could be anything. Like for me, like I played baseball, soccer, volleyball, ski. I played a lot of sports, so I can play any kind of sport. Or maybe go to another place like a city or country to live and work and start a new life, because maybe you're stuck in one place forever and you feel like your life is kind of boring, getting boring and stagnating. Or maybe you need to increase. You need to exercise, start exercising, you need to hit the gym, because if you're all like doing programmer thing, like software engineering thing, like geeky stuff, chances are you're gonna be looking at your computer screen for like 8 hours a day, maybe 9 hours a day for 5 days a week, and then 4 weeks a month, and then 12 months a year, right? And you're gonna be having probably not so good posture. You may be like slouching, and your vision is gonna be getting bad, and your back muscles, your back pain, all that kind of stuff is gonna start causing you pain in your life. So biggest thing that I always say, or that I do personally, is to work out, go to gym and then exercise, because this is such a critical thing. Even if you're a software engineer, even if you're musician, you still need to work out, and you need to work on your body, because working on your body is going to increase your testosterone, growth hormone, and it's going to induce your sleep. It's going to induce better sleep. Also, it's going to increase your self-confidence, self-esteem, because you're going to be taking care of your body, and not just body, but also mind as well. You're toughening up yourself by challenging something that's tough. Lifting weights, or maybe doing sports. That puts some stress on your body, right? And by exercising that, you're gonna increase your mental muscle, your willingness, your willpower to do something that scares you, that's tough. Maybe it could be about taking cold shower. Or for me, I like to read books all the time, because it's really about stretching out my comfort zone, stretching out my mental boundary and bandwidth, both physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically. So that's something that I want to do outside of my work. And if you're a software engineer, but this doesn't just apply to software engineer, but I just made a video, don't just be software engineer, don't just be an engineer. You should be going to gym for sure. If you're a guy, you should be. If you're like super skinny and scrawny guy, and you look like you're so pale, and then don't exercise or play sports, and you don't do anything outside of your work, then that's gonna come at you in the future. Like whether it's gonna be about back injury, because it's gonna be about low self-esteem or low confidence issue, or it's gonna be just low physical ability to carry out some normal stuff. Maybe you are trying to travel, you need to carry a big suitcase, and you don't have muscle enough to carry some stuff, and you're gonna have probably back pain or back injury, right? That's just one of the example. But as a guy, no matter what, no excuse, you should go to gym. It's not just me though. You know, almost many successful people, like the CEOs and stuff, they make sure to exercise because it starts with right body. And then right mind lives inside right body. So if you don't take care of your body, then your mind is not gonna be healthy. And it's gonna also induce a lot of hormonal responses by exercising, which is gonna reduce your stress as well. And there's like a research showing that as a human, we have like optimal, like we have only so much energy and focus during the day. So if you are spending like more than 8 hours a day, our focus starts declining. It's gonna hit the point of diminishing return. So if you're trying to work like 12 hours, 14 hours a day, every single day, not necessarily because you are putting a lot of hours, like in a quantity of hours doesn't necessarily equate to quality of work. And that's something that is so important but also neglected. Just because you spend 8 hours at work doesn't mean you're gonna get done so much. If you exercise, for example, more, then you're gonna have better focus. You're gonna have extended period focus, and you have less stress. You have so much more energy, and you can get a lot of stuff done. That's what I've been feeling so far. I've been working out 6 times a week, or 5 times, 6 times a week, and I have so much energy and focus so that I don't feel sleepy or tired at work. So in the end, I feel like, in comparison to before when I was working out maybe 2 or 3 times a week, right now 5 times, 6 times a week, I feel so much on. My brain's totally on. I don't feel distracted. That's another benefit. But so today's video is just focused on doing something outside of your work. Don't just be engineer. It's also beneficial because you're gonna increase the balance in your life. If you're just so focused in one area, but you neglect every single other areas in your life, then you're gonna have an unbalanced life. For example, you could be super duper a genius computer programmer, which I don't think is bad at all. This world needs that kind of geniuses, but it's just only like a few percent of the population, right? Less than 0.0% of population. And you want to have a balanced life, and this is really what it comes down to when I'm talking about this. You need to have a logical mind and also emotional mind as well. You need to be able to have hard skill and a soft skill. So as an engineer, you might want to increase soft skills as well, like interpersonal skills, emotional relatability, sympathy, empathy, being able to relate to other people so that you don't come across either too strong or you come across too dry, too abrupt, or too rude to somebody else. Because you need to have that emotional intelligence to talk to people, to connect and communicate with people. No matter what you do, even if you're a computer programmer or software engineer who work in front of a computer screen every single day, in the end, you're building something. You're building product, or you're working with people, right? So not just hard skills matter, but also soft skills matter. In that sense, you need to also improve not just logical intelligence, but also emotional intelligence. See the balance. Same as body and mind. You can always work on your mind, studying something or reading books. That's working on your mind. But also you need to work on body to have a healthy mind and body, the balance. Also, like diversifying your hobbies. Here it's okay to, I'm an introvert. I'm naturally introvert. I'm not extreme introvert. I'm a kind of social introvert now. But you might have maybe computer game hobby, or maybe playing music or playing video games hobby. So you could be totally indoor person, right? But at the same time, if you're too indoor and you have a hard time communicating with people, or you have a hard time, exercising because you don't go out or you don't exercise, then you're gonna be probably in debt in the future for not exercising right now. You're gonna have back injury, you're gonna have pains, you're gonna have sleep cycle schedule issues, you're gonna be pale, and you're not gonna have enough vitamin D because you're not under the sun, and you're gonna have visions degrading every single year because you're playing too much video games, watching computer screens. It is really important to balance out your life, guys. So that's the end of this video. Today's video is about just something do outside of your work daily routine to really diversify what you spend time and energy on, because life should be much more multi-dimensional than just work. just doing coding, just to playing video games. And that's kind of worst thing that I can think about when I think about, you know, having a balanced life. Your life cannot be just work. Except those people who are passionate about like entrepreneurships or like, you know, working for your own company, you still need to have like, you know, exercise, eating healthy, or just going outside and enjoying the nature, or traveling, or playing sports, because we are not just machine. We are not machine. Even if you're like, you know, super genius software engineer, you're still not machine. You still live for emotion. We are here alive on this earth, planet Earth, because of our emotions. If we don't have emotions, we might as well live like a machine for like forever, eternally. But that's not what we are. So in next video, I'm gonna talk about don't be just software engineer, but talk about emotional intelligence, about mastery of emotions, sympathy, empathy, people skills, and the soft skills that I learned quite a lot from reading books like Mastery, Emotional Intelligence, other books. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you liked it, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.